Okay, so I haven't done these in a very, very long time, but so yeah, I just saw the trailer to the Garfield movie, and if you want to know my opinion on Garfield, I like the character. Though of course I was a little bit late to like when Garfield was really, really big. I mean, I was kind of like in the I was basically growing up in the early 2000s. I remember reruns of the old cartoon. I saw the CGI show. I did watch those animated movies, direct-to-video animated movies. That's all I've seen. I have seen the live-action movies, which, yeah, back then they were fine, but now I understand why people dislike them, and they're just not, they don't feel like Garfield. And even the comic books nowadays are kind of like the strip comics that come online. They're not as funny. Some of it is very funny, though I can feel like, Jim Davis still understands Garfield because he created the character. And now we get this movie, which the announcement happened literally during when the Super Mario Brothers movie announcement happened, that Chris Pratt was going to be voicing Garfield. And funny enough, the trailer came out on a Monday, which is pretty funny. I do like that the creators, Sony Pictures, understand the lore of Garfield, and clearly Jim Davis is going to be involved in some form or respect. So now we finally get a trailer of the movie. What do I think about it? At least the trailer. It's definitely a different take on the character. It is not. You look at the how do I say, the thumbnail, and you think like, okay, so it's just being Garfield being lazy and stuff, or just kind of him being the character. And it kind of is that. The trailer in the beginning kind of really messes with you a little bit because you think it's going to be something very different, and then it just like hits you with something else. And like, it is very funny so far. The trailer is pretty funny. All I have to say is, Chris Pratt, he's basically just doing his voice. Like, there is no difference whatsoever, which, is kind of sad. I thought he was going to do like an impression of Garfield where he's just like, mellow tone, that kind of stuff, or I'm bored. I really hate Mondays, like that kind of stuff, that kind of scenario. I thought he was going to do that, but he's just his regular voice, which I am kind of sad about because, he did at least try a little bit with the Super Mario Brothers movies, so I don't know why this movie he didn't do anything different, but you know what? It's still really good so far. I actually do love the animation. I do love the look. I actually am kind of excited for this movie because in a way it's kind of like a different take on the character. Honestly, I think it's time for us to at least kind of take a different take on the character, and I'm really excited for this movie. Honestly, I've never been this excited for a movie before, so for a long time. So yeah, you know what, it's fine so far, but I could definitely see people hating on it. So yeah, what did you think?